Chip stocks, including NVIDIA, took investors on a wild ride to the upside on Monday. Let's bring in Jared Levy, the Chief Market Strategist at Peak American Financial. Good to see you, Jared. With so much happening in the market this week, what are your 3 keys to trading?
Yeah, it's great to see you again, Angie. So one of the things, obviously, we're taking a close look at as traders is these inflation readings. CPI is due out on Wednesday. We've got consumer sentiment preliminary due out on Friday. I'm coming into this week. Obviously, we had a lot of volatility last week, a little bit of a pullback. I'm not quite ready to get optimistic. The S&P 500 has broken below the 50-day moving average. It's trying to get back above it. But again, could be a struggle here. So technically, things don't look great overall for the market. Now, are there opportunities? Yes. So what I'm doing now is I'm just I'm writing down the names I really like, names I wanted to buy. Is NVIDIA on that list? Maybe. I think NVIDIA has some room to fall, but I'm making my wish list this week, and I want to see how the market action plays out. I am waiting for that CPI number before I put on any serious trades, if you will, that aren't more longer term. So that's where my mind is. I think we're going to see continued volatility this week. And again, obviously going into the Fed meeting, that's the critical thing you want to look for.
Let's get to your trade of the day.
All right. So I'm getting a little gamey today. Dave & Buster's was a darling earlier this year. This stock was like $100. Well, now it's down to 30. They've had some pretty rough times. You start getting into these price levels with Dave & Buster's, and there's a lot of short interest. Now, here's what I want to mention. They've got an earnings report coming out later today, okay? When the stock is this low and when there's this much short interest, if there's any bit of good news, which we could see when they report earnings, this thing could rally. So the way I'm playing it is I own the stock. Okay, let's say here it's like $30 a share or just a little over $30 a share. I am actually going to go in and I'm going to buy the September 24th expiration 30 put, and I'm going to sell the September expiration 35 call. So what I'm doing is it's called a collar. So I own the stock. I bought the put just under where the stock is. I'm selling the call up at 35 because I believe this stock could get what I think is going to be a little sympathy rally, okay? But if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. I lose $1 or so. The trade costs about $1. I walk away, wash my hands, and call it a day. But again, from what I'm seeing with analysts and from the way that this stock has traded before, I think we could see a little bit of an upside surprise. So again, not a long-term play on Dave & Buster's. I don't believe in the company, but over earnings, I think we get a little sympathy blip. So I'm playing it with a collar.
We hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Jared.
Thanks, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.